And now to New Zealand, where authorities today confirmed they've recovered 98 bodies from the wreckage of Christchurch. But with more than 200 still listed as missing, there's a growing dread that the final death toll will be much higher. Rescuers are continuing their hunt for survivors 2 days after the quake struck, but those left homeless or bereaved by the disaster face many more difficult days ahead. John Taylor reports from Christchurch.
This would normally be the bustling heart of the CBD right now, but as you can see, it's almost deserted. The military has been called in along with the police. They've cordoned off this about a 4-block area or even greater of the Christchurch CBD. The risk to the public from falling buildings is just too great. The only activity that's happening here in the heart of this New Zealand's second largest city is that of the search and recovery effort at those buildings where they believe people are still trapped, and the coordination of how to get this city back up off its knees. In the early morning chill, a sombre group of experts is marshalled outside Christchurch's Disaster Coordination Centre. They've flown in from around the country.
I'm a chartered engineer, so we're just in the process of getting formed up into teams with welfare and local government people and the like, and then we'll be just given tasks, be it out in the suburbs or in the CBD or wherever we're required.
We're forming teams, and there's going to be one building inspector, one EQC person. They're not here yet, but they will be.
Auckland Building Inspector George Little was last here in September for Christchurch's earlier earthquake. He shares a disbelief with others in the ranks at what's happened now.
It's terrible. It's terrible. I was down here at the first earthquake and it was bad, but this is worse still.
What does it mean to you to be part of this effort?
It's just a matter of helping people that are in a bind, really.
Rescue teams from around the world today continued through tremors to try and find survivors. They only found the dead. In an ominous sign, no one has been rescued since yesterday afternoon. At the CTV building, it's estimated up to 120 people could be inside. The police have said everyone must be dead, but the searching is continuing. The death toll is steadily rising to beyond even authorities' worst fears.
We have 226 people who are reported missing. Now, we're gravely concerned about those individuals. For a reason that these are the people who have been reported missing by loved ones.
I'm not sure words can do justice actually to such an enormous loss of life, but this has been an incredibly devastating earthquake. It's happened at the worst possible time. There have been buildings that have been full of people. It's been impossible for many people to escape the traumatic impact of that earthquake, and I think as all New Zealanders we're sickened to the pits of our stomach when we hear that sort of information.
I'm outside one of 4 welfare centres that authorities have now set up in Christchurch. These are places that provide food and shelter for residents that have been affected by the earthquake. We're not allowed to go in because of privacy reasons for those people, but authorities say about 760 people bedded down in such centres last night.
We'll get over it, but it's just the people that are missing that, yeah, that's all I've got to say. Thank you.
Terry Gloystein and his family have spent 2 nights at a welfare centre that's normally a school.
Times you want to just let go and just cry a wee bit, but you've got to stay strong, you know, for your families and loved ones.
Rajinder Sandhu and his family have lived in Christchurch for 5 years, but 2 earthquakes and continuous tremors have pushed them to the edge. So what's your plan now?
Can't say, but we want to...
think about moving from another city.
We want to plan. We are planning
for
to
job another city.
Change the city. We want to change. Children are too frightened.
I had to come here to my mother-in-law's house, and there's about 4 other families with us. We've just got no power, no water, and our house is just basically not safe to live in.
So you're thinking of the welfare centre?
Yeah. We're just coming to see if we can get some water, and yeah, that's what we need.
People are steadily flowing in and out of these centres. Some need help, Others want to give it.
Oh, you name it, from place to sleep, offering their vehicle, you name it, you know, whatever's going. And I'll tell you what, I'm proud to be a Kiwi. I really am.
Quite apart from the rescue and recovery efforts that are occurring in inner city Christchurch, authorities have today embarked upon what they call Operation Suburbs, where they're now sending out crews into suburban parts of Christchurch to examine the destruction that's occurred there. And this is a perfect case in point. Underneath this rubble is a car in which a woman was crushed to death. At this suburban home, firefighters dismantled a chimney that was in danger of falling. It may seem a minor task, but with so many tremors, such action could prevent further deaths. Across Christchurch, people are being told not to shower and boil their water for drinking. Power is out in much of the city and the sewerage system has been crippled. Michelle Marshall may seem fine, but says she's struggling to remember things and come to grips with what has happened.
It just changes you. It's just surreal, really, today. You know, just loss of lives and this, I mean, this is nothing. That we are just blessed as chimneys and it's just superficial. You know, we've just got superficial damage, really, and it's so much worse in the city. So I feel quite blessed, to be honest.
Authorities say that for the moment this is still a rescue operation, holding out hopes of more survivors. But time is running out. An elegant city lies in ruins and the death toll is steadily rising.
All we can do now is continue what we've been doing for the last 48 hours, aggressively try and work to get anybody out that may be still alive, give the comfort and support that we can to those families, and for them to know that in their darkest moment we are thinking of them and they're in our hearts. But look, this is a very, very tragic situation for the people of Christchurch and the people of New Zealand, and indeed for citizens from around the world.